I know I said I was going to talk about WrestleMania, but I will talk about something that's connected. Brock Lesnar has officially resigned for 3 years. He's not going back to MMA. He was interviewed on ESPN and announced that he's like, hey, I'm 37. Those days are probably behind me. I don't want to get beat up. I have a nice schedule for 3 years. I like wrestling. This is what I want to do. And I know you have a problem with that, but I think it's a fantastic decision for everyone involved.
Not necessarily. It could eliminate one of my biggest problems, and that's him being a part-timer and never showing up.
Oh, he'll still be a part-timer, but for 3 years.
Then I don't see this as anything but
He's
bullshit.
not going to wrestle every week again. He'll wrestle probably 5-6 times a year. I bet you.
Then to me, this is not a good sign. This is
here's the thing.
It makes WrestleMania more interesting.
Oh yes, because it's not a foregone conclusion that Lesnar's going to lose.
Right.
It's up in the air now.
Yeah.
That if they're going to, because Lesnar's been getting really big face pops, more than Roman Reigns has. Which is because people don't like the character of Roman Reigns. They like the Lesnar character.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'd root for fucking Lesnar over Reigns.
Yeah, and you're on the minority of not liking Lesnar as a performer. So that's, if you're even doing that, then everyone wants Lesnar to win. But it's important, though, because they can now get away with keeping the unified heavyweight championship belt as a special attraction that doesn't have to be defended every pay-per-view. For better or for worse, they've already done this for the past 7 months that, hey, Lesnar's defending it only once every 2 months. That means, and this might get me watching earlier than later, if they raise the status of the U.S. belts and the Intercontinental titles again, which I think they're going to do, and have those defended and make those as important as they were 20-25 years ago as the world belt, that's good news.
Sure.
Because then you'll have 3 very major important feuds going on at once, where one might be in the background, but at least you have these 2 up front. Whether you like it or not, if you have John Cena defeat Rusev and get that U.S. belt and do major feuds with that belt, that raises the status of that belt. If Daniel Bryan wins the Intercontinental title, even though I don't like the fact that they pushed him into mid-card hell, if he wins that IC belt and holds it for 6-7 months and puts on the best matches, that belt now has the luster again it didn't have. And that's only good news for the importance of the wrestling on the show.
I think we've talked about it on here before, but I've certainly said it to you, and I've said it to Vonnie, and I've said it to other people, that if WWE really wants to hold my attention, they need to make the mid-card belts mean something again. The only place I disagree with you is that I do not want Cena to win that U.S. title.
If Cena doesn't win, then they have to make sure they have to then feed Rusev top faces. Then they have to keep feeding.
Yeah,
him.
No, obviously they do,
but there's no one left to feed him though. That's the only problem. He's gone through Cena already once. Jack Swagger a billion times. Who can they do it to without ruining them? Unless it's someone like Ziggler that they put on like a 4.5-star match over 25-30 minutes. They're going to run out of options before he has to eventually lose. The problem with having an unbeaten streak is that you have to lose eventually. That's the problem with that.
Yeah, but the other thing is this belt is turning Rusev face and it's turning Cena heel.
Cena's been getting face pops, though, defending the U.S., believe it or not. He's been getting the best pops
and calling women whores and shit like that. Way to go!
Well, he hasn't done that in a while.
What, like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Either way, he's getting face pops for the first time because he's actually been quote-unquote ruthless for the first time in 7 years. But either way, I'm still not watching WrestleMania because to me the most interesting match is between a 45 and 56-year-old. But
yep.
But I'm still not going to watch. But at least Lesnar resigning gives you that special attraction going forward. That, let's face it, WWE needed that because they realized Reigns isn't ready for prime time. They must have realized that, and then they can use Lesnar then to feud with other guys and build them up. Versus if Lesnar gave the rub to Reigns by losing cleanly, and then Lesnar goes away, then Reigns doesn't pan out and gets booed to hell. It makes their decisions over the past year even worse, having him beat the streak, destroy Cena at SummerSlam. They have to keep him around, I think, just in case alone. And hell, they can do the Daniel Bryan Lesnar match then. That's going to happen down the line. That's what makes me happy. You'll get Dave versus Goliath, maybe at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, or hell, have Daniel Bryan win the Rumble next year. and then do it. But
Wondering
whatever.
how many suplexes are in Fire Pro and how many different versions of Lesnar I can make doing only Germans.
Well, there's the rolling German, there's the triple German in Firefly, there's the release German.
There's like
the pin.
20 Germans in that fucking game.
Little too many Germans.